Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Sadia Kuram. I am your PhD teacher. Today's lecture is reinforcement lecture number 1, and it is about your chapter number 1, ideological basis of Pakistan. So we will start from the first page, page number 5, and from the start, we will study about, once again, we will revise the basic meaning of ideology and the what is the meaning of Islamic ideology and Islamic society and different sources of ideology. So all these things are included in today's lecture. So first of all, we will study about the meaning of ideology. So ideology, the word which is French in origin, and it is made up of two components, namely idea and logy. Idea means the concept, the point of view, the thought of any single person, any individual or group. So, logi means the logic, the idea or concept which has some logic behind. So, ideology means the concept or which is considered logically. So, the ideology is a systematic body of concepts, especially about life or culture. So, in this chapter, we will see the ideology or the concept or point of view of the different people at the time of Pakistan movement. So, in the background of this word, there was a great movement, a great struggle for the separate homeland. The leaders at that time, before the independence, thought that there must be a separate homeland. That is called the basic idea or concept, and they thought that there must be the separate homeland in which they will do anything according the principles and teaching of their religion, Islam. So that is the basic logic. So if we will combine these two words, idea and logic, so that is called ideology. So if we will see that behind this word there was the idea of separate homeland, and the logic was that where their Muslim will be free in their religion. So the ideology must be two types. First of all, the ideology must be the ideology of any nation reflects the ideas of its people and religion and cultural shape their thinking, which bind them together. So another thing which is very important, that this idea could be the product of the great and influential minds, or it could be the evolves as a result of divine guidance. So what is the meaning of influential mind? There must be any idea for any movement. So in this chapter I have told you in your class that when you will study the chapter 1, especially about the ideas and ideology, you have to keep in mind about the Pakistan movement, the struggle of independence. So behind the struggle of independence, as I told you, that there was an idea for separate homeland, and there was a logic where the Muslim wanted the separate homeland because they wanted to live according the teaching of Islam. So in every point in this chapter especially, you have to keep in mind that there must be any idea, any point of view, or Any logic behind the struggle of Pakistan, struggle of independence. So there must be so there are two very important things. These ideas must be from the any influential mind. So influential mind means these ideas came from or from the mind of the different leaders, and they implemented these ideas in the light of the teaching of Islams. So you can see in your book on page number 5. If you will open your book, it will be easy for you to understand the meaning of the ideology. So, as I told you that there are two important things. It could be the product of great and influential minds. It means that any idea will come from the mind of any influential person or a leader, from a leader who thought about the separate homeland. So, Alama Iqbal had a dream for the separate homeland, and who implemented on this, the different leaders of at that time the struggle movement, they implemented this idea of Iqbal. So it could be the product of any influential mind. And you can see all these lines which I am going to explain in page number 5 and first paragraph. So secondly, the idea of Pakistan was according the divine guidance. Divine guidance means it is for the all the struggle was for the separate Muslim homeland. So divine guidance means the guidance of Almighty Allah. So these two things are very important in the meaning of ideology. When we will see the meaning of ideology, then in the light of our struggle of freedom, we can see all these things in the first paragraph of page number 5. So next one, when there will be an ideology and there will be a separate homeland in the future, that was thought that was the thought of the Muslim leaders who started the Pakistan movement. So which type of the society there must be? So there must be the Islamic society. If any country got freedom on the name of Islam, so there must be the Islamic society. So Islamic society is a unique as compared to other society. It in as much as it drives its sources, principles, and theories from Holy Quran and Sunnah. So Islamic society was totally according in the past, when the leader of the Pakistan movement thought that which type of the society will be after the freedom. So Islamic society in anywhere there will be the religion of Islam. The Islamic society will be unique as compared to other societies. All the sources and principles and theories which are necessary for running a government will be from the teaching of Holy Quran and Sunnah. So Islam is a universal deen, universal religion. It is a complete code of life. It means Islam discuss all the aspects of life, and especially it all is written in Holy Quran. So its teaching put an end the distinction of color, race, and binds individuals to the eternal brotherhood. So the teaching of Islam are that in any Islamic society there must be no distinction at the basis of the color, race, wealth. No, there will not be any differences in the Islamic society. All the persons who live in Islamic society, they are following the eternal brotherhood. They are the brother to each other. So this is the reason So this is the reason as to why the thoughts, actions, and customs of individual have to be in accordance with the principles of Islam. So all the individuals who are living in Islamic society, they will obey, they will do each and they will think according their each and every action, and their customs will be according Quran and Sunnah. All the rules and regulations of the Islamic society are framed in the light of teaching of Islam. So the individuals are bound to lead their lives according the Islamic code of conduct. The foundation of Islamic society was laid down by our Holy Prophet, and the Holy Prophet had shown all the teaching of Holy Quran through his Sunnah. Sunnah means the words and deeds of Holy Prophet. So, Islamic society is characterized by the divine principles of respect for humanity, tolerance, justice, equity, and peace and peaceful coexistence. So, all these qualities are present in any Islamic society. So, Islamic society has different organs, you can say, and these are all the divine principles, like we have to respect the humanity, we have to be we have tolerance in our personality, we have to tolerate the and bear the others words and thinkings, and there must be justice in the Islamic society, there must be the equality everywhere in the Islamic society, in every field of the society, and with all these things, if the individuals of Islamic society will follow the Holy Quran and Sunnah, they will live in the peace, and the Islamic society will be peaceful. So all these things must be included in Islamic society. There must be, once again, I repeat, there must be humanity, respect, tolerance, justice, equality in the Islamic society. So, if there will be an ideology and a logic behind the ideology, and at the basis of as at the basis of ideology, there must be the separate homeland for the Muslims, and Muslims are living in Islamic society. So, Islamic society the Islamic society has all the principles according Quran and Sunnah. So if there will be the Islamic, that all is called Islamic ideology. So, what is the meaning of Islamic ideology? I have told you the meaning of ideology, but now, what is the meaning of Islamic ideology? Islamic ideology means the ideology which have all the principles regarding to Holy Quran. So, that is called Islamic ideology. So, what are the sources of Islamic ideology? It means how we can adopt an Islamic ideology. So, Islamic ideology has influenced the minds of the individuals having their firm faith in the eternal principles of Islam. So, first of all, if we think that we have to adopt the Islamic ideology, so we must have to firm faith, strong faith in the eternal principles of Islam. So, the sources of Islamic ideology are Holy Quran and Sunnah. So these are two basic, most important sources of Islamic society as well as Islamic ideology. When we have the Islamic ideology, then we have the Islamic society. So how we can adopt the Islamic ideology? We have to follow Quran and Sunnah. These two are the sources of Islamic ideology, as well as the for the necessary for the government of any Islamic society. Hope you will understand all these previous topics. So there is no difficulty if you will understand the meaning of ideology. Then you will understand the meaning of Islamic ideology. First of all, to gain independence or to gain any objective, there is no need to think that ideology just for the for taking or getting the independence. No, if you have any objective in your life, first of all you have to think about the concept of that life, and then after that you have to adopt the sources for gaining your objective. Same like this, the people living in the subcontinent, they had the concept for separate homeland, and then they thought that which type of the society there, they thought that there must be the Islamic society. So in the Islamic society, according Islamic teachings, Islamic society having the teaching of Holy Quran and Sunnah. So if any Islamic society and the persons being a Muslim adopting and performing all their practices according Holy Quran, that is called Islamic ideology. So as I told you that there are two basic sources of Islamic ideology. First one is Quran. So the Holy Quran, the Quran is the permanent basis of Islam. So when there will be Islamic society, it will be must that all the teachings and principles of Islamic society will be from Quran, from Quran's teaching. So the Quran is the permanent basis of Islam as well as the Islamic society. It provides detailed guidance to the people concerning their social, economic laws leading to sustainable, peaceful, purposeful life at the individual and collective level. Okay. So first of all, I will tell you about the teaching of Holy Quran. So Quran is a complete code of life. It is the base of Islamic ideology. It is the base of Islam. So if any individual or any group of people will follow the teaching of Quran, they will always be sustainable, peaceful, and they live a purposeful life. They have a purpose in their lives, their social life, their gatherings, their relations with their friends, their family, and each and everything will be perfect according the Quran and Sunnah. So first of all, now in this topic we are studying just for Quran. So Quran give us the guidance or guideline about our social life. It has a complete guideline for economic laws. Economic laws means the circulation of wealth, the principle or the principle of zakat. It is very important that how the people, the wealthy persons in Islamic society can circulate their wealth through giving the zakat to the poor persons. So it is very detailed topic, and Islam uh, detailed topic in Quran. So if we will follow all the teaching of Holy Quran, our life must be or will be purposeful. Whether we are performing the teaching of Islam as individuals or in a group. Next one important, most important, we can say, most important source of Islamic society or Islam is Sunnah. So Sunnah is the words and deeds of our Holy Prophet. So the detailed explanation of teaching of Holy Quran is found in Sunnah. How it is found in Sunnah because Holy Prophet did all the deeds according the teaching of Holy Quran. He performed all the deeds same like the teachings of Holy Quran because he was the last prophet, and he was the messenger of Islam. So through his words and deeds, we can see the detailed teaching of Holy Quran in the shape of Sunnah. So which is the essential Sunnah, which is Sunnah is the essential source of Islamic laws and principles. So it is very important, most important part of or source of Islamic society. Sunnah is an Arabic term. If we will see this, the basic meaning or and where the Sunnah, the word Sunnah or the term Sunnah come from. So, sunnah is an Arabic term. The literal meaning of sunnah is way to follow. Which way to follow? The way which was performed by Holy Prophet according the teaching of Quran. So, that is called sunnah. So, once again, I recall the meaning of sunnah. Sunnah is an Arabic term. The literal meaning of sunnah is way to follow. So the Holy Quran outlines the broader principles of Islam, and its elaboration are enshrined in the saying of Holy Prophet. So the meaning of these lines are that all the basic principles of Holy Quran were performed by our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is called Sunnah. The fundamental principles of Islam, like prayer, zakat, specific charity, fasting, and Hajj, have been elaborated by Holy Prophet. So these are the basic principle. Fundamental means basic principles of Holy Quran, which are explained in Holy Quran, that all are performed by our Holy Prophet: prayer, zakat, fasting, hajj, and as I told you in the previous topic, um, I told you in the previous topic about the economic laws. So you can see that the economic laws are written in Holy Quran in the shape of zakat. So our Holy Prophet performed all these specific fundamental principles of Holy Quran through his deeds and through his words, and these are all called Sunnah. The third, there is also the third source of uh, Islamic society, or third source of Islamic ideology, and that will be the traditions and cultural values. So first, most important source was Holy Quran, second is Sunnah, and third one is traditions and cultural values. So it has also its place in the Islamic ideology. The values and traditions such as festivals, gatherings, ceremonies which do not run opposite to the teaching of Islam are allowed to be followed by the Muslims in their respective region. So Islam allows Islam give the permission to the Muslims to enjoy different festivals and gatherings and ceremonies, but we have to keep in mind that all these things do not run opposite to the teaching of Islam. So Islam always give the permission always gives the permission to the Muslims to follow their tradition and cultural values, but just these tradition and cultural values which are according to the teaching of Quran and Sunnah. Is it clear? So these are all the basic sources of Islamic society, and these are all the sources of Islamic ideology. So that's all for today. But before leaving, I want to give a review of all the topics. If you will open your books, that then it will be easy for you to look once again the basic topics and the meaning of the topics. These are included in today's lecture. So first of all, we have studied about the Okay, first of all, we have studied about the ideology, the word ideology. So ideology, after that we studied about the Islamic society. So the word ideology means, as I told you, the concepts and ideas, and it is the component of two words, idea and ideology. So second one was Islamic society. So in the Islamic society there must be the all the principles must be according the teaching of Holy Quran and Sunnah. And the teaching of Holy Quran and Sunnah are respect of humanity, tolerance, justice, equality. And if there these all principles will be there in the Islamic society, the Islamic society must be the peaceful. So next one was the sources of Islamic ideology. As I told you that Islamic ideology means obeying or following the teaching of Holy Quran and Sunnah. So these are also the basic two sources of Islamic society. Is it clear? So, we are being a Muslim. In easy words, I will say that being a Muslim, we are Muslims, and being a Muslim, we are following the teaching of Holy Quran and the teaching of Holy Sunnah. So, when we will follow anything, that will be the source of our thought or our deeds. So, being a Muslim, our sources of Islamic ideology are Holy Quran and Sunnah. So, the first source is the Holy Quran. As I told you, that it is the permanent basis of Islam, and any Islamic society must have to follow all the social and economic laws according to the Holy Quran. If any Islamic society will follow all these teachings of Holy Quran, it will be peaceful. Second most important source of Islamic society or Islamic ideology is Sunnah. Sunnah means way to follow. Way to follow means we have to follow all the words and deeds which were performed by Holy Prophet. So that is called Sunnah. And third one, Holy Quran and Sunnah are the most important sources. And third one, the traditions and cultural ceremonies. Every society have some. Every society has some traditions, some cultural values. So Islam allow all the Muslims to perform their traditional values or customs, to follow their customs. But there is a very but Islam restricts the Muslims that they have to follow just those traditions and customs which are according to Islamic teachings, and they are not they and if any tradition is contrary to Islamic teaching, it will not be allowed in Islamic society. So this point is also very important, because and it is included in the sources of Islamic society. The Quran and Sunnah are enough for the Muslims, for the Islamic society, but it is must that there must be there must be some tradition and customs which are people are following in the past through the future. So their forefathers were following these traditions, but at the time of independence and after independence, there were so many things which are not according to Islam's, and Islamic society had adopted these teachings. So that's why it is included in our constitution as well, that there must be the tradition and cultural values and customs, those values and traditions which are according Holy Quran and Sunnah. So that's all for today, dear students. Hope you will understand this topic better than ever. That's all for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.